was exploring my land one day when I spotted this old piece of metal sticking out of the bushes. It looked like it was in a burn pile. And when I started pulling the trash off of it, I found this old trailer with the bent hitch. And I had this vision for what it could become. So I got my friend Robert to help me straighten out the hitch. He heated it up, and another friend and I helped to straighten it out so we could use it. And my plan was, I think I'd like to build a sauna on top of that thing. I'd like to bring that old trailer back to life. And that was the beginning of a project for this fall. It was a fun project, but every now and then we had to take a break, a straw bale break, and look at our progress. It was pretty fun to see it coming along. And then the nights turned into days, and the days turned into nights. And we just kept planning and building and buying lots and lots of wood. Now that the hitch was straightened out, we could begin the build. The supervisor was checking it out. She thought everything was looking pretty good so far. This trailer was from the 1950s, and I wasn't sure if the tires would hold up, but so far they have. It was fun watching it come along. I had a vision in mind. I have some really fun friends that built a tree house that they live in, and they gave me a bunch of their leftover scraps. And between that and the cedar mill, most of the materials for this were free. One thing I've learned that you have to stop and make time for fun. We were up in the mountains looking for some rock for another project and found this private lake. It was awesome. Nobody was there. We had it all to ourselves. The weather was changing quickly, so we had to make a makeshift outdoor shop. It was starting to rain a lot more, and we were trying to race the weather before the snow started to fly. Fall here is so beautiful. And you never know when winter's gonna suddenly hit. Here's the little sauna that we've been working on out of mostly scraps and found materials. Put it on an old recycled 50s trailer. I guess it used to be a 50s truck bed. Great way to repurpose something. This is the wood storage area, which of course will have a door on it. And siding so far, that's kind of what it's going to be looking like. And we're going to trim out the window and the corners and all that kind of stuff. And oh, we've already got our first customer. I won't get any customers. Yeah, so this is all insulated with closed cell foam. And some people wrap it with some sort of a silver, I don't know, it's like a silver foil. And I think that's mostly maybe for moisture that they do that. Gonna look into that before we start putting the cedar siding on everything. It comes from a local mill here. And that'll be the door. Just ordered some glass for it. And yeah, excited to use this. Be able to warm up in the winter around here. Detox at the same time. Pretty soggy today. Here's the soggy work area. It's almost snow. I was hoping to get this further along than it is. November 4th. Are in. I'll let it dry and get the molding on the back. A couple things I thought about was that the glacier points need to be really flush when you put them in so that they don't stick up when you go to put your molding on the back side to hide the caulking. And the other thing is, I'm sure you could do this with a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and you wouldn't even need the putty knife. I'll have to try that next time. Okay, happy building. What I was talking about there is I put 2 new pieces of glass in that door, and you have to use these little things called glacier points to hold the glass in, and then I use some caulk also to seal it up, and then we cut some pieces of wood to go on the back. You'll see that later on, hopefully. Trick. I put this little point right on the point of my putty knife, and it would really be helpful if this putty knife was magnetized, but since it isn't, it might take a few tries to get it in there without dropping it. Oh, that worked good. It's in there. Okay, that works great. So you can see I just ran a thin bead of the caulk all around the window. I try to keep it even. It's not always easy, not my specialty for sure. And then here's the piece of glass from the glass shop. I'm just gonna put it in there. Try to get it kind of even in there. Not easy to film this with and have my hands free. So if you saw the setup I had on my head, you would laugh. Someday I'll show you. Oh. See, that's what I don't want it to do down there. I don't want it to be that thick, because then I'm gonna have to scrape it out on the other side so it doesn't show. But push it down in there real good. And then we'll move on to the glacier points. So these little guys are a little bit tricky because they're tiny. Tiny little points, and you have to make sure that you put the right side in. So you want the point in, and you want these the little wings on this side where it's got the lip, so that you can use the putty knife to push them in further. So I'm just gonna push it in as far as I can with my fingers, and then go ahead and use the putty knife to put it in the rest of the way. And there you go, it got your first one. Then you want to go all the way around the window, like I've done with this other one. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's probably, I don't know, probably 20 of them all the way around the window, kind of evenly spaced. And then the window will be ready to put the molding around it. So these are the main things I'm using to put this window back in with. Yeah, that's just the window, door, and siding and trim caulk. Nevada, let's go away. And that putty knife works, but it's a little bit big. I wish I had a smaller one. And of course a caulking gun. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Like fun than work, not to mention the atmosphere it creates. parlor stove into the sauna that we're building. And I've been debating on whether or not to put paint on this to shine it up, or I'm giving this a try. I've heard good things about this, so I will show you a video of before and after. Check out this awesome little sauna that we just about finished building. This cutest little thing. All we need is steps and benches. Do you want to take a sauna? Let's go take a sauna. Do you want to get hot in there? Sweat all your toxins out? Okie dokie. Let's do it. It's hot in here. I guess Nevada doesn't want to take a sauna. It's very hot. Got the first fire going in this antique parlor stove. Great cozy thing to do on a icy cold day. So just need to build a couple sets of benches there and we're all done. Cast iron pan with a lot of rocks that can handle the heat, so that I could pour water over the top of the rocks to create steam. You do have to be careful about the kind of rocks that you use. Volcanic rocks are the best because they won't explode. They like heat. Look at all those orbs that are in here. Oh my gosh, that's so fascinating. Wow. benches turned out so nice. They're so comfortable too. I'm so happy with the way this sauna turned out. It is just wonderful. It's so wonderful to have it. It's such a great way to heal and detox and take care of ourselves. We even have the steps on now. It's complete. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll like and subscribe. Take care and happy building.